Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for a moment of silence.
Hello, Homestead. It's Thursday, March 24th, and time for an all-new HHS In-Depth. I'm Madison McConaughey.
And I'm Austin Render.
Today's show includes stories on the Homestead reading rooms, where you'll learn what they are, how they were created for Homestead, and how you can use them in the future.
The annual Poem in Your Pocket Day is fast approaching, and Ali Qureshi brings you a story of how you can get involved that day.
We'll have a story over Homestead's FCCLA from reporter Elise Wilcox, where you'll learn about the students who will be competing in nationals later this year.
And you'll get all the details regarding this year's A Taste of Homestead from reporter Sammy Lamont.
We'll have all those stories and more, so stay tuned for another edition of HHS In Depth.
That's great, it starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes, an airplane, and Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have a hurricane, listen to yourself, churn world serves its own needs, dummy serve your own needs, beat it up an ox, beat grunt, no strength, the ladder starts to clatter with fear, fight down, high wire in a fire, representing 7 games in a government for hire in a combat site. Left and west are coming in a hurry with the furies breathing down your neck. My team reporters.
We start today's show with a story about the newest add-on within the walls of Homestead, the Reading Room. To learn more about the Reading Room and to see how you can go to one, here is reporter Sam Kenshawn.
Most of you aren't aware of a few redecorated rooms here at Homestead, which allows students to have a place to relax while they read. But after collaboration and hard work by many teachers, students, and departments over the last couple of years, Homestead now has 2 reading rooms.
It originated when I was talking with Mrs. Wolf and Mrs. Wenning about what to do with the English office. I had cleaned it out at the end of summer and the beginning of school year and was just kind of trying to figure out what to do with that space. And I think Mrs. Wolf mentioned that there had been a reading room put in over in the academy, and then Mrs. Wenning also mentioned that one of the elementary schools had a really cool reading room with furniture to sit on, comfy furniture, stuff like that. So that's kind of where it was born.
The reading room was planned out and created by Mrs. Ward Interior Design class as part of a class project.
We got involved in creating this reading room through Sarah Embody, Mrs. Embody. She emailed Mrs. Ham, who was the teacher for interior design last year. And she said she had this space, this office that she would like to utilize as kind of a meeting room, a reading room, and she wanted it revitalized. So the interior design class decided to take on that challenge and redo the room.
The students were able to renovate the space by collaborating their ideas and abilities.
We were inspired by coffee shops. We wanted to be a calming, relaxing space since students and groups were going to be meeting here and reading. So we chose blues and golds, relaxing colors for the room. Some challenges along the way. I had 22 different students in the class and making sure that all of their opinions were able to mesh together to create one unified room.
Although the development of the reading room was time-consuming and involved elaborate planning and revisions, the preservations and skills of the students helped pull this project together.
The actual designing part took a couple of weeks. We got a grant through Parent Club, a $500 grant to be able to buy materials to redo the room.
It took several hours. We stayed after school Mondays and Thursdays. We stayed from like 3:30 to like 5 o'clock at night. And we worked on that for about 2 months.
The actual designing of the room we did in class. It was an in-class assignment. So all the students were given a different section of the room to redesign. So that part in creating the design board, that took about 6 weeks, and then the actual redesigning took about 4 weeks.
The second reading room is located in the Freshman Academy in the seminar room and was designed and constructed by Mrs. Ham Interior Design class. Like the room Mrs. Ward class recently built, this reading room offered the same resources to students in a setting shaped to enhance their learning experience. Although the reading room in the Freshman Academy is a relaxing place to be, the students still had to work hard to bring the room to life.
Real big fan of project-based learning, and this was like a real-life situation. So they had to act like interior designers. It was a long project, but it was so worth it. What they gained from this experience is so much better than what they would have gotten from a textbook.
Teachers and staff can use this reading room for various activities.
Teachers just need to sign up their classes outside the reading room. There's a bulletin board hanging out there with a sign-up sheet, and anybody can use the room as long as there's some type of adult supervision. So if teachers' aides want to bring in a small group to make up work, or teachers want to bring in an entire class for a reading day, there's a lot of possibilities.
So if any teachers would like their class to use the reading room, make sure to sign up on the board outside of room 731. Reporting for HHS In-Depth, I'm Sam Kenshon.
All students who took the Parent Club SAT and ACT exams for practice on March 12th should arrive at the Homestead Community Room tonight at 6 p.m. to receive their scores. Anyone who took the take-home exams is also invited to the review session from 6 to 8 p.m., but they will not receive their test scores until a later date. More information is on the Parent Club website, hhsparentclubfw.com, and direct any questions to hhspracticeexams@gmail.com.
AP students, AP registration forms and money will be taken through the end of the day today. If you have yet to get this information into Mrs. Hamilton's Student Services, please do so as soon as possible.
Email your digital photos and short 15-second videos to Casey Stanley or Sahar Moshref so that you will be in the senior video at graduation. All photos and videos must be of good quality, in focus, content appropriate, and must be submitted before spring break. Check your email for any details.
You may have heard about the 5 Homestead students who qualified for the FCCLA Nationals later this summer. Reporter Elise Wilcox brings you a story about those 5 students and the events they'll be competing in.
FCCLA is an after-school club that exercises students' family consumer science skills. Students in FCCLA work long hours to perfect their projects. Their hard work definitely paid off in their last competition.
Our project was the FCCLA coffee bar, which is what we do every morning outside the cafeteria. So the subject was entrepreneurship, and we just explained what our project was and what we did every morning.
We won first in state in entrepreneurship at FCCLA state competition, and that was pretty exciting because we both knew that we could probably make it to nationals, but we never expected to get first in our category. So that was really fun to see all our hard work come true and be able to go as far as we have.
We worked on our project for a few months. We started it in about November. Kobe started it, and then I went in and worked on it with her, and we finalized it the day we presented. So from about September to the end of February, we worked on the project.
The competitions these students participate in last a few days and allow them to independently learn new things and put final touches on their projects.
There was 3 general sessions, and during those general sessions they just talked about different awards and different things that we were going to be doing, and a lot of it was on our own while our teachers were doing other presentations and they were judging. We had free time.
We got everything ready and we presented, and then that Saturday we all got together for one final ceremony.
Not only do these students work diligently on their craftiness and leadership skills, but they have a great time doing it in a friendly environment.
My favorite thing about FCCLA is the family that I got from out of it. I got such a close relationship with all the people there, and I consider them my best friends now, and it was such a great experience, and even the teachers too I'm so close with, and I love that.
When we first went, all of us weren't even friends, but after the 3 days we spent together, they're probably the closest people I have, and definitely even the teachers. I never expected myself to be in the FCCLA, but it's honestly my favorite part of school now. I definitely encourage everyone who wants to join to get into the classes of Family Consumer Sciences, because the teachers really teach you the essentials you need to do the projects, because a lot of the information you put into the projects are in the classes.
These talented Homestead students are passionate about their work for FCCLA. They plan to continue their hard work and attitudes to achieve more success in the near future.
Alex, he won a silver medal in his category, which was fashion design, and Kennedy, she got a silver as well in Focus on the Children, and Nicole, she got a silver as well on interior design. Next is Nationals, which is over the summer. It's over 4th of July, and it's in San Diego, California. So that's our next step. We're gonna be working up until that point on our projects to get them finalized and get them ready for Nationals.
FCCLA is always looking for new members. Contact President Alex Clifford, Vice President Annabelle Lesner, Mrs. Ham, Mrs. Ward, Ms. Good, or any other teachers or students involved if you are at all interested. The memberships are $15 and cover the cost for a shirt and snacks. You can support these students and their trip to San Diego by purchasing things from the coffee corner every morning from 7 to 7:45. For HHS In Depth, I'm Elise Wilcox.
Juniors and seniors, an admissions representative from the following colleges will be at Homestead to meet with interested students. If you'd like to attend one of these meetings, please sign up in Student Services at least one day prior to the visit. Tuesday, March 29th, St. Mary's College, and Wednesday, March 30th, Indiana Tech.
Students who are planning to run for student government for next school year, there will be an informational meeting next Tuesday, March 29th after school in room 303. This meeting will provide you with more details on election dates, student government responsibilities, and expectations for the upcoming school year.
Homestead's dance team is sponsoring a Nelson's Chicken fundraiser this Saturday, March 26th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the CVS on the corner of Illinois and Scott Roads. Go out and support your Spartan dancers.
Next month's Poem in Your Pocket Day is quickly approaching, and the event organizers are looking for students to participate on that day. Here's reporter Ali Qureshi with more information about Poem in Your Pocket Day.
You may have not known, but April is National Poetry Month around the nation. Homestead will be partaking in its 4th annual Poetry in Your Pocket Day. The event will take place in the Media Center, and all day students will be able to stop by and share their love for poetry.
In 2008, the National Poetry Association of America deemed Poet in Your Pocket Day, and we kind of got on the bandwagon.
Homestead began Poetry in Your Pocket Day to allow students to share poems that they love. The event is an open environment that students can stop by any time that they want during the day.
We wanted to celebrate poetry, and so we just came up with this idea to have kind of like a coffee house like they do, the NHS coffee house. But we do it all day in schools. So we have musical artists, and we have students share either original or read their favorite poem with the group. And it's become really popular. The first year, we had probably 200 kids in here every period, and every year it's just grown from there.
If you want to get involved with this awesome event, don't worry. There are many ways to get involved. Just be sure to stop by the Media Center and talk to Mrs. Detter.
We are looking for students that would be interested in playing for the coffee house, and we also, at the front window of the library, we post poems. They can be original or just their favorite poem, and so anytime in the month of April, students can drop off poetry. We'll decorate the front of the library, and they're welcome to come in on a study hall period or during lunch to see the musical artists.
In the spirit of National Poetry Month, I had the chance to ask Homestead's very own English teachers the tough question: who is their favorite poet?
My favorite's got to be, I go to John Ashbery more than I go to anybody else probably. He's still alive, and I think there's just something about the strangeness with which he documents what it's like to be alive that no one else has ever been able to touch.
I have two favorite poets, actually. I have the poet that I like to read, which is Billy Collins, and I like to read Billy Collins in my free time because he's easy to understand. He writes about themes that are common in our lives today. And then the poet that I like to study is William Blake, and I enjoy his commentary on the Industrial Revolution in Great Britain, and I also like his artwork, the prints that he made to go with each one of his poems.
Probably be Wendell Berry. Because there are many days I think I want to be a farmer.
Well, there you have it, Homestead. The event will take place on Thursday, April 21st in the Media Center. So find your favorite poems and get ready to share them. For HHS In Depth, I'm Ali Qureshi.
The shadows come and get me as I'm walking through my valley, but I cannot.
Audio aficionados will be meeting Monday, March 28th at 2:45 in room 600B to listen to Bob Dylan's 1967 album, John Wesley Harding. Everyone is welcome to join them, even if you have never been there before.
Photography Club and Art Club are teaming up for a special one-time event. Art and photo students are invited to attend a viewing of the award-winning documentary, Finding Vivian Maier, the true story of a young man who purchases several boxes of negatives at an auction only to discover that they are the work of a master photographer, but from someone no one has ever heard of. Go out to room 108 next Tuesday, March 29th, after school for the movie and a short discussion afterward. This is a great documentary you won't want to miss, and snacks will be provided.
A Taste of Homestead is getting ready for its second year at Homestead, and to learn more about the event and what it's all about, here is reporter Sammy Lamont.
The second annual Taste of Homestead is right around the corner. Here's some quick information on what the event is and how you can be involved.
A Taste of Homestead is a cultural event in which students work together in teams, and each team will pick a different country and they'll prepare a food item from that country to share with other students at Homestead and community members one evening in May.
It's a great way for our students to be able to demonstrate some of the knowledge that they've gained through some of our foreign language classes and history classes and give that back to the Homestead community.
A Taste of Homestead is looking to expand on their success from last year and reach even more students this year.
Last year was the first year we did it, and we had countries such as Argentina, France, Germany, Italy, and what happened was every student who had represented those countries, again there were probably 3 or 4 students per country, they would prepare one dish from that country and bring it in to share in the evening, and we had community members, we had students, probably 100 or so, maybe 200 who came in and had small appetizers from each country to get a taste of what the food would be like from those places.
A Taste of Homestead is a true collaboration between all foreign language clubs.
We've been organizing this event with some of the clubs within Homestead right now, and those include the foreign language clubs such as JCL, Spanish Club, and French Club, and the student government has been really helpful with us as well. But now it's really important to get some feedback from students outside of these clubs. And I just want to emphasize that everyone is welcome to participate in this event.
We're planning to have this year's Taste of Homestead from 6 to 7:30 on May 17th. So we'll have a lot more information about it once it comes closer, but we'd love to see a lot of students participate and also come and try some of the food that their peers are going to make.
If you are interested in representing a country in this event, there will be a brief call-out meeting Monday the 28th in Senior Peepers Room, room 611. For HHS In Depth, I'm Sammy Lamont.
Well, that wraps up this edition of HHS In Depth. I'm Madison McConaughey.
And I'm Austin Render. Thank you for watching today.
And now here's this week's Picture of the Week. Congratulations to this week's winner, freshman Teresa Matz.
To submit your photo for Picture of the Week, just email a high-resolution photo with your name and grade level to hhsindepth@gmail.com.
Today we leave you with a song exclusive to Homestead's radio station, The Point 91 FM.
Have a great 3-day weekend, and we'll see you again next Thursday.
Got a little soul, the world is a cold, cold place to be. Want a little warmth, but who's gonna save a little warmth for me? We know the fire awaits, some believers, all of the sinners the same. Girl, you and I would die, unbelievers bound to the tracks of the train. If I'm born again, I know that the world will disagree. Want a little grace, but who's gonna say a little grace for me? We know the fire waits, unbelievers, all of the sinners the same. Girl, you now die, unbelievers bound to the tracks of the train. I'm not excited, but should I be?